Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy AJ, and I'm back with another video. And alright, I'ma say this. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I was recording. I was probably halfway done with the video, and power went out in the crib or on the street for a good 10-15 minutes. So now I'm back recording this. The first probably 15-20 minutes I probably won't talk. I'll probably let the video play. Other than that, I hope y'all like, subscribe, and comment. And yeah, I forgot what the fuck I said we were reacting to. Tommy D spends this day with this Florida officer. I keep clicking my OBS. This is a dude off of TikTok, but yeah, I'ma let it play. Cause
On Facebook, TikTok, or other social media, the St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office has made a routine of putting arrests and suspects front and center. But the videos are becoming heavily scrutinized, now by Markenzie LaPointe, a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida.
When we have those that are going to come into our community and try to victimize them, we're going to chase them to the ends of the earth.
Who's the best at pit maneuvers in this room?
Probably me, because I'm an instructor on it.
A lot of these individuals take flight.
Everything.
So they had enough balls to come here and victimize our citizens. Our deputies are going to put them through the ringer. They're going to end up landing in Pearson's penthouse where they belong.
Pearson penthouse.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle.
First, y'all gonna give me some bullshit with restarting my whole recording, and now y'all gonna give me 97 ads. Watch. Last video.
Florida sheriffs have a notorious reputation for their no-nonsense, tough-on-crime approach, and perhaps no man better exemplifies this than St. Lucie County Sheriff Keith Pearson. To some, he's a legend, a man where in the age where you wonder if the police body cam footage will be released to the public, he takes an unorthodox approach, broadcasting live, using social media to amplify his mission and encourage transparency. And he's not just some scrub on desk duty, he has spent years in the field, going on raids, doing high-speed chases in the Hellcat, and rocking the shiesty mask before it became popular. But to others, his antics are too much, over the top, and he's been criticized for being controversial.
This man is unethical. He should not even be our dog catcher.
Now by Markenzie LaPointe, a U.S. attorney for the Southern District of Florida.
And
Through a
that
public
is what
record
just
request, I
saying that
learned
about you.
LaPointe and Pearson
You don't even
discreetly
deserve to
spoke
be
on the
the
phone
dog
in
catcher.
April. LaPointe's concerns the videos hurt law enforcement's credibility. This is the first post LaPointe says he took issue with, writing, quote, "This disturbing image comes across as if the sheriff is posing with an antelope that he just shot on a safari."
Together, we get to dive in and see what this man is all about. Boots on the ground with Florida's wildest sheriff.
Bitch.
Let's get to it.
Pause.
And
That what was it? The picture? Where am I? 210. This, I understand what they saying about. I feel like he shot somebody and just doing the credit, but.
And guys, let me know in the comments, is it a good idea for a sheriff to leverage social media and be more transparent to the people that elected him, or is it unprofessional to be filming the people you arrest?
It ain't in my town.
This is Nifty Gears. Thanks to the sponsor of today's video,
Atomic Defense. And folks, if you have a dangerous job, like law enforcement or security, they have the gear that's going to help keep you safe.
this is some bad boy.
I'm sorry, Tommy. Love you, my boy.
Hey there, I have a meeting with Sheriff Pearson, just trying to get through the fence.
I don't care about that place. I ran for a full body armor suit. They'll pay that shit.
Good morning, how are you?
Nice
Nice to meet you too. Top of the morning to you. Good to meet you, man.
Oh, absolutely.
How are you?
You're all set up.
Yes, this is apparently can stop most things in the street today, from ARs to AK-47s to blickies to even guns with switches, which I'm sure you've encountered out in the wild.
No, we have Glock Amazon switches and everything coming
Tommy
from
G,
China.
the way Tommy
In the free
G-
state of Florida, we're a Second Amendment state. You can go to a gun shop and buy one.
Really?
You
can buy switches in Florida?
Yeah, absolutely. You can modify your
The
gun.
ATF doesn't come running?
Well, you have to go through the process. You still have to go through the ATF process.
I encourage our deputies to go out there and arrest anyone who wants to victimize our criminals. I encourage them to do that. When we have those that are going to come into our community and try to victimize them, whether it's porch pirates, whether it's people looking to smash and grabs, we're going to chase them to the end of the earth.
I guess a porch pirate is still impacted.
These individuals have an extensive criminal history, very violent, lots of narcotic sales. They know that they've been doing wrong, breaking the law for quite some time. They just don't know when they're going to get caught again. So just our mere presence, a lot of these individuals take flight.
All units 10-3 in pursuit.
Yeah, I got it. We just came to check a house that we've done multiple sales of cocaine at.
If they get in the vehicle and they decide to run, our deputies not only have the training, they have the policies to back them up.
Do he not look familiar? Do he not? He looks so fucking familiar. And I don't know where the fuck I seen his face from. But like, bro, look dead ass. I know I'm taking a picture off my phone. I need a fucking thumbnail, and I don't
stop them in their tracks.
You guys use pit maneuver?
100%. We're at the brink of society running rampant.
He look mad familiar to me, but I've been in Florida a lot.
What do you see as the biggest challenge in your way for fighting crime right now?
Soft on crime ideology. Those that want to hand out ice cream cones to felons instead of handcuffs. But we know January 20th, a lot of that's going to change. The handcuffs are going to be coming off the federal law enforcement and going back on the criminals where they belong. Yeah, I'm St. Lucie County Sheriff Keith Pearson. Franklin Sanders and his juvenile companion thought they were going to come through St. Lucie County with the stolen vehicle, with the Broward task force on their tail. Ain't happening.
Part of me thinks in the prison system we should.
But I could say, I said it last video, and I'm gonna say it again in this video. Let me see. I got this fucking big ass mic in my way. If this was my kid and this dude pulled him over and recorded him on the ground like this,
Franklin Sanders and his juvenile companion thought they were going to come through St. Lucie County with the stolen vehicle, with the Broward task force on their tail. Ain't happening.
Part of me thinks in the prison system we should come up with a better way to determine if someone could be more of an attribute.
Well, hopefully individuals who hadn't crossed that line to victimize our citizens see these videos.
Look. Okay, you see. I didn't even point this out last video, or the one I did. You see what the fuck they got the white man? They got his ass standing. And I'm white myself, but I got more brothers than white people.
I understand.
Motherfucker, in my family, I got more brothers in my family than white people. Compare this
Franklin Sanders and his juvenile companion actions.
Oh, you got some warrants.
Oh shit. Go back one. Why the fuck? Why is the black kid on the ground? Like they said, oh, he stole the car. What the fuck he do there? Cause in my opinion, they both should be on the ground, sitting there. They both is arrested. You even got backup for him, holding him. Whoa, I don't understand. Why can't he be on the ground?
These videos and they understand that there's consequences to actions.
Oh, you got some warrants for Michael?
I got warrants?
Yeah.
For what?
Sale and delivery cocaine?
Bruh.
Bro got that paid.
See, I got 4 sale charges. I got 4 sale charges. Who I sold and delivered to?
You have agencies, and mainly in our northerner states, that have woke ideology. You can't hold the criminal accountable if you can't catch them. So if they know you're going to get behind them and turn the lights on and they're going to flee, well, what are they going to do? They're criminals. They don't want to be caught. So of course they're going to stop. But if they get behind and they know a deputy's behind them or a Florida trooper's behind them and they put the lights on, they know I've got about 5 seconds to make a decision before they put me in a ditch. So they had enough balls to come here and victimize our citizens. Our deputies are going to put them through the ringer, and we're going to let them. They're going to end up landing in Pearson's penthouse where they belong.
Pearson's penthouse. Most police forces around the country have shied away from social media, but you lean into it.
That's what the people want. When you communicate with the public, they want to see transparency.
Yes.
But the media is fake. We all know that. The future is YouTube channels. The future is connecting with the community directly, cutting the middleman out who's going to change it to fit their agenda. What do the traditional media folks do?
They take your video, your story, they put their own words over it and package it.
There you have it.
The Real plays music with what he called racially insensitive references in a response. Pearson said, quote, that he wholeheartedly disagrees with your statement and that, quote, we will continue to highlight criminals and crimes in an effort to dissuade those thinking about breaking our laws.
And again, the woke ideology, Florida is where snowflakes come to melt, and I hope it stays that way.
You want to give us a tour?
Yeah, we'll give you a tour.
That's my friend. It's a song, bro.
What's the difference between a sheriff and a chief of police?
So the sheriff is constitutionally elected.
Okay.
So we're elected, just how the president is elected. The chief of police works for a city, municipality.
Police chiefs get appointed by city leaders like the mayor or city council, and sheriffs get elected by the people of the county every 4 years. The other big thing is jurisdiction. Police chiefs typically run a town or city, while sheriffs run the entire county.
How many people do you oversee?
So right now we're at about 750. We have deputies in every single school in St. Lucie County to ensure our kids stay safe. So we have 18 years of these kids seeing our deputies every single day in a positive light. They're not only there to make sure that, you know, our kids engage with law enforcement, they're there to protect our kids. Major Steve Sigmund, he's in charge of law enforcement. And when you ask how does it feel to be the CEO of a $100 million company with you're close to 800 employees, you can't do it without, you know, great leaders like Major Sigmund.
What builds that budget? How do you get the money for that budget?
Citizens, you know, we go through a budgetary hearing every year. The county commissioners approve the budget.
The sheriff's office is largely taxpayer funded.
It's 100% taxpayer
No
funded.
civil forfeiture?
No civil forfeiture.
Okay.
So this is our real-time crime center. So we have our analysts here that throughout the day monitor radio channels if our deputies respond to a bank call, a stolen vehicle. We have the display up here to where we can see what's happening. The ladies inside this room right here is literally the heartbeat of the agency. You know, they're funneling out information. When our deputies are responding to a bank robbery, when our deputies are responding to a missing child, and they're sorting through all the background stuff, because we want our deputies focused on driving, getting there as fast as they can. So this is a portion of our traffic unit. This is Sergeant Evans. He's in charge of the traffic unit.
Who's the best at pit maneuvers in this room?
Probably me, because I'm an instructor on it.
Some of you actually see some really rough things. They see, you know, kid neglect. They see abuse. They see shootings. They see.
Watch this shit not work. So.
Dead people. I mean, they see a lot of really rough things.
But it's gonna be slow. Yeah, we can't fuck with that chat. Alright, fuck it. Go back to auto. Could've sworn I went back to auto.
Make contact or entry at the residence at the 2.
So wait, how I just go auto and it's gonna already put me there?
Suspected homicide suspects are hiding in.
Moments later, a man fitting the description of the suspect exits the home.
White shirt coming out, appears
It's the shooting suspect.
How do you guys work through that?
We'll have our peer support group reach out to them, and it's an app that we put on their work phone so that they hit the button, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's financial issues, whether it's seeing something terrible, decompressing. We have that availability to them. If they want to step up and they think that they need the help, you know, we have those resources for them and their families.
What is your take on civil forfeiture?
Oh, I use it all the time. So this Mustang here was seized. This Mustang was seized from a chop shop. Mainly it's vehicles. You know, we'll have a drug dealer in a vehicle use a vehicle, you know, while they're committing drug deals, or we'll have these street takeovers. You know, we had a motorcycle, BMW S1000. Was seized from an individual who makes videos on TikTok, taunting the police, doing street takeovers. You know, driving 100. Who makes videos on TikTok, taunting the police, doing street takeovers, you know, driving 191 miles an hour, you know, just in and out of traffic, you know, just causing chaos, you know, running from the police. I think his quote was he's happy that law enforcement agency is putting it into use that has the balls to drive it, or something along those lines.
We were talking earlier about property theft. That almost seems like legalized property theft, but under the badge doing it.
Well, if the forfeiture comes into when things are used as an instrumentality of a crime.
But doesn't that sound like a little bit of a reach?
No, not at all. I don't think so. A lot of the stories that people hear about is person driving down the road, they had a whole bunch of money on them, they stopped and they said, I think this is drug money.
Yes.
And they would say, those days are gone.
Okay. Do you agree with that?
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
Are you having any trouble recruiting?
No, we've got lines around we're not the highest paid agency either, but I think being able to connect with the community, being able for the younger generation, the newer generation to see that we want them to be cops. As long as our deputies use their judgment and do it for the right reasons, I got their back 100%. But if they mess up and they do the wrong thing, I'm also going to slam them just as hard.
Yeah. And folks, just a reminder, if you want to get the Big Dogs Gotta Eat sweatshirts, RIP Mainstream Media t-shirts, TomandJimMcGee.com.
You see some people in the city where I don't
What's the most bizarre arrest encounter you've had on the job?
People being in a car naked, you know, getting pulled over. To you know, I was in narcotics and vice for the longest time, and this is going back about 10 years ago. I go make a drug purchase. I think it was oxycodone at the time. Bought trap.
Fuck. Why is it doing this?
Taking him out from an individual. He ends up getting arrested. Goes through the process. Gets in trouble. You know, gets sentenced to prison. Goes to prison for a year or two. Gets out. The day that he gets out, I'm still in my undercover mode, you know, just different places. We cross paths at a gathering, at another event, and he's there selling again. Well, he recognizes me. And he goes, hey, you're that motherfucker that put me away. So there's no backup. There's no, you know, if you're really undercover, you're really undercover. So I said, hey, man, you know, my bad. The cops pulled me over on the way here, and I didn't know you at the time, so I figured if I gave them somebody, they'd let off me, and they did. So my bad, I won't do you like that again. So he was thinking in his head, like, I would do the same thing. He's like, oh shit, you know, makes sense. He goes, all right, he sold to me again, right there on the spot. And then obviously he's in prison again. But that's
so anybody who's been selling dope is hiding. They know we're coming for him. So we'll be right back out at it tomorrow.
So I learned from the previous vid that everything we just saw that wasn't with Tommy G was from cops or whatever you want to whatever the fuck the show is. Some is it from cops, some of it's from some other police show. But I didn't know that until basically
How are you?
The SWAT week this week.
What are you guys training for in particular now?
The basics of this training is from a source, Cadre Consultants. They're out of Broward. Ultimately, this is going to lead into CQC training.
Close quarter combat.
Yeah.
Now he's in charge of the SWAT team. He makes sure that every one of our deputies are dead accurate shots, as you could see. He makes sure that our training, their training is top tier level. Make sure they have all the equipment they need to succeed the missions. He's directly responsible for every one of the SWAT team members. And again, it's a heavy burden to take on. You know, to know that you're instructing and you're giving the team and the guidance to officers that have to wear ballistic material to go in there and get the people that don't want to be caught.
What's the biggest thing you want to accomplish in the county?
Probably just see some of the crime reduced. You know, some of the shootings. Fort Pierce has seen a lot of shootings. Maybe get in there and try to reduce some of the violence.
It's certainly a very high-risk job. What's something you think the average person back home might not know about your profession that you could tell them?
When they see all these guys with all this equipment on, you know, sometimes they have a tendency to forget that there's a human being with a family, with kids, with loved ones that goes out and does this job every day to make other people safe, and just to kind of remember, they're not just machines, they're not robots.
How has it felt in the last 4 years, especially since the George Floyd incident? Policing has been really, like, people have just shit on it in America.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have.
You know, we're not having those issues here because, you know, we've always engaged with the community. You know, our previous Sheriff Ken Mascara, was in office for 23 years. His biggest focus was on community engagement and being personable, being tailorable. You know, my cell number is out there to any one of our residents.
Really?
And I would say the pendulum's starting to go back the other way. The public wants more cops in their community and wants them to, you know, take action against all this crime.
You know, treat everybody with respect and show them that just because there's one bad apple in the bunch, the whole bunch isn't ruined.
All right. I told
Texas.
you. All right, this is basically where I was before the power went out, so I'm really gonna be tuned in now. I told y'all that's the second ad. I had one just recording the first video. No, it's not. I got like 5 minutes left. Let me tell them where I'm at. Shit. What? I don't remember happening. Oh yeah. Fucker, they sell bullets. Bro, look. No, I shot an AR from there. What the fuck?
How often when you guys are doing a raid, let's say you're raiding someone for fentanyl, how often does a shootout actually occur?
I'm guessing that's what the I just can't see what the fuck is happening. It just says sheriff's office.
He's right there. Come out! Come over here! Come out!
Y'all got dirt bikes.
Come out! Come on! Let's go! Let's go! Move!
Move! I don't care! Move!
Shield up.
Coming up, Mikey. Small room, small room.
I don't even where I'm at.
We'll clear this side of the house.
We surround the house. We make our presence known. We use the presence of marked units and verbal de-escalation. We give the commands. We ask them to come outside. They 9 times out of 10 realize that we're not going anywhere. It is in fact a search warrant. We have a legal reason to be there, and generally they'll come out realizing that, look, there's a show of force. We're going to end up coming in anyway. It's inevitable. So we usually get the intended result with the least use of force possible.
Tonight we're taking part in a multi-agency enhanced traffic enforcement operation. Some of the detectives stopped the vehicle for some traffic violations, and they transmitted that they've recovered a large amount of narcotics. We're going to head that way and see if we could help with anything. There it is.
A brick.
Inconspicuous.
A brick.
It's the shape of the kilo. We hadn't had it cut and open yet to check it, but the dog alerted to it. They said the item was initially concealed underneath it in there, so we're going to contact our crime scene unit, have them come out, process it. It's a fairly large amount of narcotics from what we're seeing at this point right now. There's one. And there's another kilo of cocaine.
What are the most common things some police departments are doing to drop the ball right now?
But when it comes down to law enforcement, when it comes down to fixing problems,
that's crazy.
It's very simple. You got to go right back to the basics.
Bitch.
We've been.
It's because I fucking did that thing with that. I never realized how much cocaine, or I don't know how the fuck they get the shit behind the seat or in the seat. That's my
community, or we've been, people have been on the earth for many years, and then we evolve. But you can only evolve so far. Evil's evil. People are going to commit crime. You have to just face it straight on, and then use what you have within your means. Budget plays a big role in it. Not every agency has the budget to have the real-time crime center, to have LPR cameras that only assist our deputies with going out there and locking people up.
In the office with the cops, I think that's what I'm gonna do with Pops, because his ass be.
We're here at the Sheriff Aviation Unit. This madman's gonna take us up in the sky when there's an impending storm. I'm not exactly thrilled about it, but you bought the ticket, you take the ride. So on a risk scale, going up.
He's nervous.
I can't determine that until we actually see what's coming.
Until we fly, right? Fly until you can't fly. You ready?
Who's going?
Probably the 3 of us. That's all right.
Best luck, guys.
His name is Shoner.
Sergeant Shoner. Yep.
He doesn't seem very excited right now, and he's.
Well, they're real serious, because they take
real serious.
Yeah.
Is smiling a crime in this jurisdiction?
No.
This is one way to spin the block, don't you think?
Oh yeah, definitely bend the block with this one, right?
You slid, Jet. You slid, Jet.
Who?
Slid, Jet.
I slid?
You slid, Jet. If we do spot a child predators we're flying, are we allowed to just shoot out of the window and try and get them?
No, can't do that.
Is that where we deploy the dogs and the tactical team?
Well, we'd radio down, but I don't think we're going to be able to see any predators from the sky.
Is it on your dream list to arrest P. Diddy?
No.
So is this going to be a no-joke flight?
Yeah. Well, because you got to remember, we're flying.
His face.
In the air. There are a lot of instruments. This is probably one of our most. Look how clean the floor is. Very, very dangerous and serious flight.
Helicopters are a very important tool in crime fighting and public safety. For safety, a bird in the sky can help locate someone in the ocean that has had a boating accident, and for crime, it can help with things like smugglers using boats and high-speed car chases. Any car thief with enough experience will tell you that a helicopter adds another dimension of difficulty to getting away from the authorities.
I can't believe it's still flipping full.
But that was actually pretty damn smooth. I enjoyed that. I'm glad we did it.
No, absolutely. How are we doing in booking? Do we have any movements or is it busy or? I'm pulling up to the Sally Port. If you want to let us in, we're going to come into the Sally Port. If you just want to meet us out there. We've got upwards of 40 deputies on shift out here. I mean, it's one of the largest moving pieces, you know, because we're entrusted to keep, you know, our community safe. What's happening, buddy? Good. This is our intake area. They get brought in, you know, they get placed up here, they get searched, they make sure they have nothing in here.
Come on in here. This is where we do what we call the pat-down area, or to make sure no one has any weapons or drugs or anything like that before entering the secure area of the facility. All their property is taken from them at this point. Your misdemeanor and light felons in male will get blue uniform. You can see the orange over on the other side if they are a violent inmate or they have a violent past.
They have a database that we do that we get a footprint from them, and it kind of puts a light, not an AFIS, but not a 100% fingerprint match, but it's our own little database because our deputies do have fingerprint readers on the streets. So in the event that a deputy encounters somebody and they don't have ID or they don't want to be cooperative, we're able to use a small device to get a fingerprint. If they've ever been arrested before, it'll give us a close match to them, so at least give us a roll. Now, this is our holding. Usually we'll keep people separate. You know, if we have males and females, we'll keep females in one, males in another. So when they come into here, this is an X-ray machine that
I don't like it being jumpy. Hold up.
That they're able to do a body scan on.
I don't know
to see if there's anything on them. You know, anything hidden in their cavities.
Check them in the rectum, they say.
Well, I'm not sure if that's the terminology they use, but this would be the device that does the body scan, and it would be able to determine if there's, you know, something there hidden. You know, sometimes when people come into the facility, they they're well, not necessarily drunk, but just out of control or violent or wanting to fight or lash out.
It would suck to have to get strapped onto this.
It does. No, I think it would as well. But again, it's designed, you know, to prevent somebody from hurting themselves, whether they're here, they're banging their head on the wall. But once they're in this, they're put on camera, they're on constant surveillance.
Who makes money from the bonds? The bond company?
Yeah, I think it would be the bond company.
But you don't see any of that?
No, I wish. You know, it would definitely help. But we don't get no money from tickets, despite what people think. We don't get any money from bondsmen, you know, when they process it. Like, so this is our processing area. This is Sergeant Lamb.
You know, that's pretty fucking wild, though. And you could tell I haven't seen none of this. So you telling me an officer, if you get put in jail and your bail, just say $5K to 10, like, you paying somebody that didn't do shit to arrest you, to chase you down, you ain't paying that motherfucker a dime. The motherfucker that chased you ain't getting shit. You paying some motherfucker that's just sitting at a desk.
How you're on top?
I don't know what the
This is where they would take their photos, they'd fingerprint them, they'd, you know, put a band, you know, wristband on them, and then when they're going to call their bondsman or make a phone call, here's the holding cell. You know, you have the phone call. So this is where they'd call home. You know, they've got a list of different bondsmen. They'd make their free call from here.
So 10 dudes could be in here, and they all share one toilet?
20 or 30 dudes in here.
And they all share one toilet?
Yeah.
You have to just, hey guys.
Sorry. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's amazing that jail or prison isn't more of a deterrent. I can't imagine spending more than an hour here and being like, okay, I'm never doing anything again that'll get me here.
Well, if somebody out there is homeless and they don't have the means to have their house or food or whatever, or warmth, when are they going to come here? They're going to come here during the winter times.
Of course, so I totally get it for a homeless person. This is a great option if you're homeless. But for the other guys, what do you think makes someone a habitual offender? Like, why do you think this isn't bad enough to not want to repeat?
There's really not much more than we can attribute it to that. It's just how they're raised. We do have programs here to hopefully get them out of that. But some of them are just going to keep coming back and forth.
Does that blow your mind a little bit, though?
It did when I first started. Been here almost 18 years. I'm kind of moved to it at this point, so it doesn't really affect me anymore.
You know, on the flip note, look how clean this place is. I mean, who wouldn't want to come to Pearson's Penthouse? It's pretty clean.
I don't want to come here.
Oh, come on. So I think you had 4 bag lunches for us. This is our lunch. We haven't been busy.
Thank you. This is a typical jail meal.
When they go out, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, 2 sandwiches. Oh.
turkey.
This actually doesn't look so bad.
No, it doesn't.
Give a close up. I don't know what kind of.
Oh, you got a nice thick slice. Look at that. You got a thick old slice.
Look at the pattern of the meat.
All right, one bite. Everyone knows the rule. What do you grade that turkey sandwich?
One, they actually have a real thick piece of turkey. If this was an airport, it'd be like, you know, a fraction of this. I'd say as far as jail food goes, this is pretty good.
Good. I'm glad that our culinary department is up to par.
I can already tell how it tastes.
Oh, how does it taste? Tell us.
Bread and turkey.
Like a sandwich that you just had some cold cuts that Boris had, right?
I feel like it's really good bread. Like the bread
makes
I thought the
sandwich.
bread was gonna be more tough or like more kind of stale.
I keep hearing their camera thing go off. I'm looking. I don't know where my...
While it's important for Keith to be tough on crime, he is also passionate about building opportunities for the community.
I was gonna say,
Here's a gym that his father started in his time as an officer, and Keith has kept going while he's worn the badge.
This is our way that we give kids in the community to have a place to come to. This is 100% volunteer base, so everyone that comes in here.
So this is provided by the department?
The sheriff's office sponsors it, but it's totally funded from the community. The building's owned outright by the nonprofit. It's a police athletic league, and we were talking a little bit earlier about giving kids options and opportunity. This is a vessel to do that. So in 1994, we saw that a lot of kids in our community didn't have the parents, didn't have the mentorship, didn't have the guidance. So we brought a police athletic league here to our community to give kids the key word opportunity. We've sent kids to the kids from our community. We've sent to the Olympics with the traits and characteristics that they build. So we're taking action. We're putting programs in place. It's free to the kids there.
So what you're starting to hit on that I think is really important is the community policing aspect.
You have to be a part of your community to effectively police your community. If you're just running off of policies and not changing with the community, not engaging with the community, then that's all you're going to be. The community's not going to have trust in you because you're only going to be there when there's problems. We focus on combat sports because if you do team sports, think of this for a second. There's football practice. Your parents just got into a fight or someone just got arrested or there's an alcohol substance abuse and you miss practice. Now you're letting the team down. When you come back, what happens? You get benched. You get benched for no other reason that you missed practice for things out of your control. So doing combat sports, boxing, wrestling, karate, it's you against you. So if they come and they miss a week, when they come back, they could pick up right where they left off.
And the self-confidence to be able to defend yourself.
You're pissed off at the world. You come in here, 9 out of 10 times, these kids never even make it to the ring. But they'll go back to one of those punching bags there and they'll let go of that frustration.
Yeah. I'm trying to expand and do other.
How old are you?
I'm 17.
Okay, how hard is it to recruit your friends to come train here?
My friends not really so hard. It depends. It depends if you know somebody that's motivated or very dedicated. If you surround yourself with people that are driven, it's not really so hard.
The organization's been here since 1994. So there's generations of people who've come here for just that opportunity to come out and go to different events. And we're not a typical gym. When you go away on an event, what does it cost you? We pay for the transport, we pay for the house, the hotels. We set them up there. We've got great mentors that are here. Nobody here gets paid. This is 100% volunteer based. It's for the community, by the community.
2025.
That's love.
What's on your list to
Nobody
knock
paying,
out
nobody gotta pay.
Well, we just want to secure our border.
Nobody getting paid and nobody
60
gotta
miles away
pay.
from the Bahamas.
Pay to get there.
And what happens is, when the border in Texas tightens up, we have vessels that come over. So we have those that want to enter our country illegally, and when they come over illegally, this isn't humanitarian. This isn't families. Most of them have criminal backgrounds, and they're bringing kilos of fentanyl, kilos of cocaine, weapons, things to harm our citizens.
Most of the people you encounter crossing the border have criminal backgrounds.
Yes, sir. You know what? I'm reflecting back on that question that you asked me earlier. What's the goals for 2025? America first. We're going to put America first. We're going to put our American citizens first. We're going to put our border first. You know what? I'm reflecting back on that question that you asked me earlier. What's the goals for 2025? America first. We're going to put America first. We're going to put our American citizens first. We're going to put our border first. We're going to put the lives affected by the poison fentanyl coming into our communities first.
Folks, this was an inside look into the wildest sheriff in Florida. I hope you enjoyed yourself, and I'll see you next week. Peace.
And guys, one final...
I ain't gonna lie. Alright, my Milwaukee brothers. Y'all gonna see this. I ain't showing it in the beginning.
A reminder to take advantage of what Atomic Defense is offering this audience. Using code TommyG, they will get...
I'm gonna just say it because Tommy G is in Milwaukee. and he basically go here, Milwaukee people. Where is it at? My Milwaukee brethrens. Y'all finna see what it is.
This nifty gear is thanks to the sponsor of today's video,
Atomic Defense. And folks, if you have a dangerous job like law enforcement or security, they have the gear that's going to help.
Milwaukee brethrens, y'all can buy vest. Well, I ain't paying that. Y'all pay that $500. I know y'all will. Y'all can pay that $600 for that. I know y'all will.
Keep you safe.
What else? Oh shit.
This is some bad boy shit. This is a level 3
Go
plate carrier, which means average blick on the street.
We finna have fun with this
AK-47, AR, pistol, even if I had a switch on it. This thing protects you. And they have gear for everybody from police officers to civilians. This is some of the best shit in the game.
And if you have operations in the dark, they have some of the best night vision in the game. I mean, look at their
I don't care
clients.
about
They're
this
trusted
shit.
by sheriffs, school districts, even the Department of Homeland Security. That's the feds. And they made a custom link.
Where that thing that was for a G at? Look at this. I know y'all paying this. I know y'all. No, none of y'all paying that shit. Y'all
For
pay
you,
this.
the
though.
viewer, to
I know
shop
y'all
their collect.
pay $400 or a little $340. If I ever catch somebody wearing this shit, I would really question what the fuck is up with you. Now I'm really questioning. If I ever see one of y'all in this shit, I'm really gonna question. If I see somebody in my city in this, I'm out of here. But other than that, I hope y'all like, subscribe, and comment. That was a pretty fun video. Yeah, I reacted to it basically twice. But other than that, much love. I appreciate y'all, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll see y'all later. Peace. Make sure